Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. In this particular video, I will be discussing where you can actively find naturally inducing peptides. Now, what is a peptide? A peptide is a type of a branched chain amino acid that helps break down or process proteins. It's commonly used nowadays within the fitness industry, which if you were to look at most bodybuilders and most professional athletes of today's world, you would actively see them supplementing with peptides. And so, what might be a naturally inducing peptide? Potassium. When you look at potassium, the form that potassium creates is not directly correlated to the peptide itself, but the potassium is a cation and an anion. What does this particularly do? Well, when you look down at the potassium level itself, a cation creates a catabolic response, whereas an anion results in an anabolic response. Potassium is an anion. Things such as sodiums are cations. And now, when you look precisely into the purpose of potassium, acting as an anion to the protein synthesis within said body. What does that essentially mean? Well, you could imagine now that if you were to say, while you either prepare yourself to exercise or immediately after you exercise, if you were to take a form of potassium, not only do you feel it enter your system immediately, you literally feel it pull into your muscle. And especially after a workout, you feel a more full pump, you could say, because the potassium is creating essentially, and the anion is the pulling of the positive ion into the negative. It creates a negative charge, which if you were to look at the external food sources we take as humans, they are positive ions. They are entering our system, and our cells and negative charged anions result in the pull of said molecules of the nutrition into the cellular level. Now, in terms of the actual fundamental backbone of a peptide, potassium is the backbone of a peptide. It contains carbon and oxygen, which is the fundamental backbone of the peptide. So what might that introduce into your system? Well, for one, if you don't want to be a person that supplements synthetically, you can alternately and more healthily supplement naturally through natural potassium sources, such as bananas, avocado, and a few other fruits of sorts. And the understanding that once you can feel this particular potassium course and enter your system, you will immediately start to notice your cells are starting to pull said potassium into your muscle from the positively charged into the negatively charged of the body, your cells. And now when you introduce protein, which a peptide is an increased processing protein breakdown amino acid, which the moment you increase the processing rate of protein, you build muscle quicker. If your cells are naturally charging themselves from a cation, a positively charged, into an anion, a negatively charged, which the potassium is an anion, it creates that negative pull. And so from there you would find that from this negative pole, once you introduce a protein, such as a meat source, a 9-branch chain amino acid, a complete protein, you would then find that from this 9-branch chain amino acid, the potassium essentially helps you synthesize said muscle at a much quicker rate. In this particular statement, we can actively find there's alternate routes outside of utilizing performance-enhancing drugs. You can actively create a natural release of peptides and proteins in order to supplement your true goal of getting fitter without having to break the bank or take synthetic crap. Because none of us know how synthetic crap truly functions in our system. The moment you alter one body's natural process with a synthetic drug, you alter other of the natural body's processes. Anyways, folks, thank you for watching. I hope that was helpful. And consider eating a banana before and after your workout. And within that after workout period, try eating a good source of meat protein within said hour beyond digestion of the initial banana of the post-workout. You will feel a drastic change in your muscle building capabilities, and you will feel an overall betterment as well in your mental health. Thank you.